Chapter 35 Ambush. After resting for a day, Lin Xiu left the academy early the next morning and headed to the city center to buy some battle robes and other items that he needed. The fog was thick and visibility was very low this morning. He couldn't even see other passers-by around him. Lin Xiu continued walking, and suddenly his pupils restricted as he lifted his leg and kicked towards the back. A figure was instantly sent flying. "Who's that?" Lin Xiu was taken aback. The early morning fog caused visibility to be very low, but through the analytic eye, Lin Xiu immediately knew that there were about 5 to 6 rank 1 warriors around him. "Well, I can't believe you're not an official warrior yet with this quick reaction of yours." The man, who had just been sent flying by Lin Xiu, walked slowly over and said with a cold smile. These 5 or 6 people strolled towards Lin Xiu and surrounded him. "Who are you guys?" Lin Xiu looked coldly at them and said, "It doesn't matter who we are. More importantly, you're gonna die here today." The man sneered and then punched Lin Xiu in the face. This was the city, and the future world still had institutions like the police. If warriors dared to kill in the city, they would be dead. But due to the thick fog and low visibility this morning, who would know if someone died in this weather? Lin Xiu raised his brows and didn't dodge. He directly threw a punch over. Confront the tough with toughness. The warrior's face turned sinister. He actually dared to punch a warrior's fist? Didn't he know that a warrior's fist was covered with source energy? The two fists collided and a cracking sound suddenly rang out. The man thought that he could break Lin Xiu's fist easily, but instead of Lin Xiu's fist, his own bones and muscles were broken, an explosion inside his body. That punch was savage, too savage. Lin Xiu didn't give him any chance to react. He raised his fist and hit him on the body. "You actually know how to cultivate the arts." The man felt the intense pain as he grimaced in agony. His body reacted quickly and wanted to dodge, but Lin Xiu was simply too fast. At this moment, Lin Xiu's fist had already hit his body several times, one punch after another. Previously, he thought that Lin Xiu was only a quasi-warrior and was careless, which gave Lin Xiu an opportunity. This time, he could only defend passively, but even if he blocked Lin Xiu's fist, the rupturing fist was simply too terrifying. It was simply a form of punch that disregarded defense. He continued throwing punches over. The man's body made a violent noise from the inside. Then he spat out a mouthful of blood and fell to the ground. His eyes were wide open like he died with injustice unredressed. Everything happened in the blink of an eye. The remaining few warriors were appalled. According to the information they had, even if Lin Xiu had defeated Tang Tian, he was just a quasi-warrior at most. But how could this quasi-warrior kill a rank 1 warrior within seconds? Ding! Congratulations, Master, on killing a rank 1 warrior. You've gained 2,500 experience points. Lin Xiu took a glance behind. These rank 1 warriors were no longer humans in his eyes. They were all experience points. Kill others and others would want to kill you too. The reason why warriors were so strong was that a warrior could use a skill, but these people were clearly good at using weapons and weren't good at close combat. So, to Lin Xiu, these warriors were almost the same level as him. "I'll let you all try my rupturing fist," Lin Xiu looked at those warriors that wanted to kill him and sneered. The rapturing feast was comparable to a silver skill, and it was simply terrifying. These people didn't dare to fight against Lin Xiu at all. At this moment, a warrior was attacked on the chest by Lin Xiu and immediately felt a sharp pain in his heart. There was a loud thud, and his heart exploded. Get lost! Get lost! Lin Xiu killed 3 warriors in succession, and the remaining 2 warriors were so frightened that their faces turned pale. They had to flee. These are experience points. Ah! Lin Xiu chased after them. The situation was simply too strange. A quasi-warrior was actually chasing after the official warriors to fight. After chasing these 2 warriors from the city to the suburbs, Lin Xiu still couldn't manage to catch them. But who exactly sent these people? Lin Xiu thought about it carefully. Among everyone who had a feud with him, only the Tang family was most likely to do this. With his thought, Lin Xiu had a ferocious glint in his eyes. Meanwhile, at the Tang residence, useless. All of you are useless. Jiang Qie looked at the 2 warriors who were on their knees and trembled in fury. Her chest kept undulating. She was already in her 40s but took very good care of herself and still looked stunning. However, her expression was exceptionally sinister at this moment, which made her look ugly. 5 rank 1 warriors against a quasi-warrior? 3 of you guys are dead and you 2 still have the cheek to return? That's right, her 2 sons were pampered since they were little and she couldn't even bear to beat them. She didn't even expect that Lin Xiu would actually do this to them. She simply hated him to the core. She secretly arranged for 5 rank 1 warriors to ambush Lin Xiu, but didn't expect this to happen. We didn't expect that chap would be so strong, those 2 warriors said fearfully. The first technique that Lin Xiu cultivated was terrifying, and he managed to kill 3 warriors in an instant. It simply scared them. If we could bring some weapons along, we would be able to kill him. You guys still want to kill in the city center? Are you trying to ruin our Tang family reputation completely? Just at this moment, the door opened and a tall figure walked in. Mubai? Jiang Qie got a shock when she saw Tang Mubai walking in. Both of you, get out. Tang Mubai looked at these 2 warriors and said, it was as if they received amenity when they heard Tang Mubai's words and quickly left. You think that nobody would find out about this? How shallow. I'm just taking revenge for our sons. Jiang Qie felt wronged and looked like she was going to cry. You don't have to worry about this. I've already made arrangements. Tang Mubai sneered. If I didn't clear the dead bodies of those people, once the federal investigator checked, they would know that those few people were the people from our Tang family. Right now, Lin Xiu's matter had spread everywhere and everyone would suspect that the Tang family was behind it. If they had to do something, they must make sure that they leave no trace. For example, if he died at Guangming Fort, who would hold the Tang family responsible?